So we're going to do some further testing on the welded joint. We've got it yellow facing the other way. Well, I guess I'll subtitle Saskatoon WIKISPEED and the date and stuff. The first test was done with this longer part up against the shed, and the smaller part, so that all of this assembly was sitting on top of the little deck there. And I got up to 220 pounds, which is as high as my scale would go. I bent the bed of it a little bit. So I've got a wider plate this time. I switched it around. The pressure is still going to be on this joint right here. So basically I'm just going to start from where I ended off. I'm going to be using a bit of a spacer in here. A piece of aluminum and a piece of 1x2 if I can find it. Yeah, well, maybe I won't need the 1x2. It looks like it's close enough. Anyway, we'll go through the extension on this, and I believe we had left off somewhere around 220 pounds. It was like 600 foot-pounds of torque on the joint. We will start at the distance. I'll measure it off on the next set here, and we will continue. So since the distance here is now 54 inches. I moved things over just a hair so that it would, the first contact point is 54 inches on this piece of 1x2 wood. I re-leveled the base side to side, front to back. I checked this, it's not quite level. This is vertical, this way and this way. And I'm starting out, I'll re-measure it. I'll give you the angle, how far we are out of square, and then we will start doing our measurements. So we are 56 millimeters from square, measured from the bottom of the square here. I've got contact on this end. I just barely touched it with the hydraulics, and we're showing 2 pounds. We'll zero that. Okay, there we go. We're at 0 pounds. And at 54 inches, I don't know what the multipliers are, but we will, we're over 4 feet, so we will take it up to about, I don't know, 100 pounds, start from there. Okay, here we are at 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 55. So we're fairly consistent there. Okay, we're at 100 pounds. 100 pounds, we have actually no difference in that's weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's going to take us to 60. I would say 66, 67 and a half. 67 and a half is what I'll go with. All right. We went back to 97 in that couple minutes, so we're going to go back to 100. I'm not going to measure the change in deflection. I'm going to go to 105. 105. So movement. We're going to call that 69. Really should put that down when I'm done. 110. I would say we went about a millimeter. Have to adjust that value. 69 is where we're at. 110 is where we held. So we're going to go to 115. That was more more pumps than I was expecting. Do it again. Looks a little bit more than I was expecting. We're going to call that 70. We're still at 115. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. We're at 120 pounds. We are 70 and 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd say that was 4 pumps for 125 pounds. And try that again. We'll call it 71 millimeters. We're just a hair under 125 pounds, so we're going to 130. I'd say that was almost 5 pumps for 130. Keep that vertical. We are at about 71.25 maybe. Still at 130 pounds, on our way to 135. 135. We're going to call that. Okay. We're still at 135. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 maybe pumps to 140 pounds. 140 pounds. I'm going to say 73 millimeters. 140. We were at 145. 145. We are at 73.75 millimeters. We're backed off from 145 to 144 pounds. Had to delete some old videos from my phone because we're running out of space again. We are down to 147 pounds. I'm going to pump it back to 150. That took 3.5 pumps, which is quite a bit. We are at 75 millimeters. Still at 150 pounds, going up to 155. 7, 8. 155 pounds. That was 8 pumps. That's a lot. And we are now at 76.25, I would say. We've dropped to 153. I'm going back to 155, which took 2 pumps. Okay, we're at 76.5 maybe. And we are still at 150. We're going to 160. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 pumps. I would say that we must have broke something. We are at 77.5 millimeters. We're pulling away from the shed at the bottom because it's not strong enough to hold it. I do not see any cracks in the weld. Either side, the back or the front. So I am going to continue. We are still at 155. 155, going for 160. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pumps to get to 160. There's noises coming from my shed. Probably the screws pulling out. We don't. Yep, I guess that's what it was. We didn't have any more deflection on that one, so we didn't fail the weld. What we failed was a lag bolt, 4 deck screws holding the joint to the shed. So I guess I should probably get a picture of that. Okay, you can't see a whole lot here, but there's a piece of 2x6 that everything is mounted to. There's a spacer down here, which is a 3/4 inch piece of board. And then this space in here isn't supposed to be here. That's where the bolts, lag bolts and stuff have pulled through. Guess you can't see it very well in the picture. Yeah, can't see very well in there either. Well, hopefully I can enhance the video a little bit. Anyway, that's what pulled through, so we'll pull the screws out, redo them, and try again. Okay, here we go again. We're set up again. We got the scale zeroed. We need to get the caliper. We got four lag bolt or 4 deck screws back into the shed. The lag bolt pulled through. I'm not able to do that one again, but we'll see if this holds. I think we were somewhere around 150, so that's where I'm going to start. 74 millimeters. We dropped from 150 pounds to 145. So we're going to go back up. Actually, we're just going to go to 155. I'm sure we were past that. 155. That takes us to 75.5 millimeters. We're at 154 now. Pump, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pumps to get to 160. We are at 67 millimeters. 159, so we're going to 165. 165. I would say 88.5. We're down to 163, heading to 170. That was a lot of pumps. 170. I can see threads on the screws, so we're not going to get very much closer here. So we're at 81.5 millimeters, 81.25. We dropped to 166. So we're going to go to 170 again, because this is, I think, about as far as we're going to get. I'm going to get the screws pulled out of the wall here pretty quick. Same way as I had it. Okay, we are up to 83 millimeters. And we're down to 168. Another couple pumps to 170. Okay, I would say that there's something possibly letting go in the weld. Yeah, we're still at 83. So we're heading for 175. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pumps. Okay, this thing's about to pop again. Interestingly enough, I still have 83 millimeters. starting to think my measurements, I'm down to 170 here. Thought it was at 175. And the screws let go again. Wonderful. Okay, we've got it bolted. I got 7 deck screws. I lost the lag bolt. It can't be threaded in anymore. I have to drill a new hole. So we're going to go back to 150 pounds or so, but we're going to start just at contact here. We have about 65 millimeters. So 65 millimeters is where we are when we make contact. We're going to go up to. Okay, we're going to go back up. We went all the way down to 10. The temperature right now is 0 degrees Fahrenheit. All my tools are very cold, but we really can't do a whole lot with gloves on. So we are making do here. Okay, 160, 165, 170. So 175, we're going to take our measurements again. I can figure out where I put the caliper. Okay, this is going to be tough. We are at 99 millimeters. We are at 175 pounds. Let's go to 180. Okay, maybe I just bottomed out on my hydraulics. Maybe I hadn't broken anything. We are at 100.25 millimeters, 180 pounds, 185. Call it 101. Still 184. So we're going for 190. Still moving. And I'm not making 190. The hydraulics are moving. So 185. 175, 174, 173. Hydraulic ramp. And that, I believe we've broken the weld. Okay, that concludes our test for the day.